Hi, I'm Rachel and welcome to Yield&Grace. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor and nothing I say in this video is financial advice. This is simply my journey and always do your own research before investing. When I first started investing, I was in traditional dividend stocks, the quarterly payers. It was safe, consistent, but kind of slow. I wanted more frequent cash flow. A little over a year ago, I took the leap into my first high yield ETF, MSTY. I put in around $3,000 for 100 shares. When that first monthly dividend hit of around $100, I was forever changed. That was the moment I realized this is not just numbers on a screen. This is actual cash flow that can cover food, bills, lifestyle choices, or just continuously compound if you choose. That first dividend check made me look at investing in a completely different way. From that moment, I started leaning into the highest yields available. After I got my first 100 shares of MSTY, I started going into a few others, like CONY, TSLY, and NVDY, because those are all other companies that I absolutely love. I love Coinbase, I love NVIDIA, and I love Tesla. Because those, when I was starting, were my highest convictions, I was just putting all my money into those while also utilizing drip to help them continuously grow. I tried picking ones that fell on different weeks of the month so that I was continuously getting paid weekly. This was before I found out that now there are weekly dividend payers that continuously pay every week. But when I first started, I don't believe had those yet. So I was just trying to set myself up to make sure that every Friday I was getting paid. So with MSTY, CONY, TSLY, and NVDY, they were all paying different weeks of the month. So I was guaranteed a paycheck every Friday. So I just continuously poured into those, and then I started expanding into others that caught my attention, like PLTY, which when I saw the yields and what they were paying out was a game changer for me. It really came down to picking the companies that I had the highest conviction in and the ones that are going to pay me the most. Now there's so many more funds out there compared to when I first started. It was really new to the game, so now there's so many different options and you can really play around with what your conviction is. So moving forward with the funds that I pick and choose to newly add to my portfolio, it really just comes down to my conviction and the highest yields that's gonna pay me the most amount of money possible. I learned about myself that I am not afraid to chase yield and I am not afraid of risk. I feel sometimes in trading it can bring out some things that you may not have known about yourself. But the key is I do it with conviction in the companies and ETFs that I believe in most. I personally want maximum cash flow, not just growth on paper. My strategy right now is to own a mix of high yield ETFs that pay at different times. Right now, I'm paid every single week, but I'm working towards getting paid every single day. For me, it feels like the market is cutting me a paycheck just for owning shares. At this stage, I have everything on DRIP, dividend reinvestment plan. That means every payout I receive automatically buys me more shares, which keeps the snowball compounding. The important thing is I can turn off DRIP at any time if I want to use that money for lifestyle expenses. But right now, my focus is a little bit more long-term. I'm reinvesting every dollar right now so I can scale to 1 million a year in dividends. I also use margin as a lever. I use margin carefully. The yields I earn are high enough to cover the interest and still leave me in profit, which helps my portfolio position sizes build even faster. But I always respect the risks and keep it controlled. The thing that I love about using margin is I'm not gambling my margin. I'm using it responsibly by putting it into high yield ETFs that pay me every month so I can cover my margin interest. My mindset is simple. I want true financial freedom through cash flow. Not waiting 30 years to sell shares, not hoping for price appreciation, just pure steady income that compounds into freedom and choice. Every week that my portfolio pays me, I see that freedom becoming more real. And every drip reinvestment takes me closer to that 1 million annual dividend goal. So that's where I'm currently at. I started with traditional dividends, took the leap into MSTY with $3,000, and the $100 dividend that month forever shifted my perspective. Now my entire strategy is about building weekly and eventually daily dividend checks, reinvesting everything through drip, and scaling until I hit 1 million in dividends a year. I hope this video was able to provide some insight for you. If you liked this video, be sure to leave it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.